Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, welcome, and welcome back KS family. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin currently up 0.48% to 42,622. Ethereum up 1.37% to 3246. Looking across the market, we can see Rune making waves, MIR going up, XMR, MPT, Engine, ENJ, and Chili's just all doing quite well. As a community, we focus on real wealth and maintaining a positive excellence life trend. This is required to get into Zone 4. Integrity, decency, kindness, inner and outer peace, these are all things that make life very meaningful and make you happy. Please be aware of scammers. The best way to actually get rid of scammers is just go into the description of this video for any links. When you reach out to an ambassador, please make sure that you reach out into the description first and you go to the ambassadors page. You can directly message me on Twitter at any time. All investors become traders every time they buy or sell. You can look at it this way: investors buy and sell, traders buy and sell, but traders are always buying and selling. Therefore, traders are really good at getting into positions and getting out of positions. Investors are very, very good at hodling. But the problem with holding on for dear life is that many investors ride through a wave with diamond hands all the way from top to bottom. There is a better way, and this is the 10% per week concept. Please note that this is a concept. You can only get what the market gives you, and 10% is not guaranteed. If you do not have the knowledge, if you do not have the rules, if you don't have the patience, if you don't have a real wealth focus, and especially if you do not buy on red, you will not be able to make 10% a week. Just to give you a perspective of what that means, many investors want 2, 3, 10, 100x. You can actually get this through trading, but I said before, you need the knowledge and the rules. So many things that you need. You can't just participate in the market and expect a 10% return. That actually takes a lot of skill. But skills, like everything, can be learned. The concept is that if you put $1,000 and in a week you got $1,100 back, you've made $100 profit, 10%. The key is this occurred in 1 week. There are 52 weeks in the year. If this return was compounded every week for 52 weeks, it would create an annualized return on investment of 11,639%. That's not a bad increase. That's certainly above bank interest. Remember, there's no pressure to make 10% per week. This is a concept. But what does 11,639% do to $1,000 in the span of a year? It turns it from 1,000 into 117,390. The key is to just understand what this means. If you can get 10% and you can do it consistently, you're going to do really, really well. That is the concept. One of our beloved community members reached out and shared a trade with me. He said, "Ken, I bought at this price, I sold at this price," and he did really, really well. One thing that we always do, and I always do this in the masterclass, is I share my actual trade positions. And that's what our beloved community member did as well. He was in Engine and he bought $30,000 worth and turned it into $33,000 worth. And all of that happened in 2 days and 2 hours. This is just an example of how it is possible to turn 10% per week. It's possible to turn a lot more than that, but you require the knowledge and the skills. So let's have a look at actually what happened here. From the 4th of the 4th to the 7th of the 4th, the buy on the 4th, the sell on the 7th. Let's just check out what actually went down here. We can see that an initial 30,000 created 33, or a 10% return. Because it occurred in such a short period of time, the annualized return on investment is really crazy. And this is not a return on investment that we are going for as professionals. It just shows you need to make the percentages work for you, not against you. How do professional investors and traders actually buy? They buy on red. They buy when the price is coming down. This would scare off retail. Retail would be selling. Professionals are buying, just like this. Do you want the absolute bottom price? It's a fantasy. You just can't get it. But you can do different layers. What about the uptick here? We can see engine came up. There was a long tail spike up, and that was a good fill. Now, what happened since that particular time? If we just play these bars forward, we can see that engine actually went up. Should this person be upset about that? Absolutely not, because when we actually buy and sell, we're always placing buy and sell levels into the market. As soon as we sell, we place a buy. As soon as we buy, we place a sell. Professionals have no interest in tops and bottoms. They're just trading all the way through. They don't care, and neither should you. This is a very, very important rule. Ignore tops and bottoms. We have many rules that keep us on the right side of the trade, and don't seek tops or bottoms. Rule 56 is really, really important. When we look at KS zone analysis, people in zone 1, the panic and entitlement zone, and zone 2, the blame, jealousy and conflict zone, they do try to pick tops and bottoms. That is a rule to lose money. In zones 3 and zones 4, we don't care about tops and bottoms. If you ever get into a situation where you sell and the price gets away from you, if you've hit your targeted return on investment, just be happy with that. That's really, really important. That is what professionals do. Please leave a comment on how you feel when you buy but the price still keeps going down, or when you sell and the price keeps going up. We have an incredibly loving and caring community. It's a safe place to share your experiences and talk through different things. And if you're new to our community, please reach out and just say hi. We'd love to hear from you. What actually is important is to understand that hodling is one way to make a return. And why do people hodl? Why do they invest? Because one day they will actually sell. Traders are always buying and selling, and the best thing to do is to be an investor with a knowledge of trading. Therefore, you'll have a much better opportunity to sell at a very, very good price. Crypto technical analysts scientifically track investor attention, and investor attention is measured by price. Price is the reality. I've seen so many analysis on YouTube talking about future promises. They say this project looks so fantastic, and the price chart is going straight into the toilet and it's not coming out. You have to be really careful of promises. You want to focus on reality. That's what crypto technical analysts do. They understand that no knowledge equals losses. You do not get a participation award for simply turning up to the market and putting your money into 100-to-1 long shot. You'll basically lose your money. There's a very scientific methodology to apply to mark up your charts, to look at outside trends, to go into the crypto market and look for opportunities, enhancing your pattern recognition. One of the most important things is to master emotional control and also understand the rules of money. There's a very big difference between riches and wealth. And then the trigger section, buying and selling. This is all covered in the masterclass. One key rule is no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. Rule 45. In zones 3 and zones 4, we look at the market from a probabilistic perspective. What do we see with Bitcoin's price action right now? Bitcoin currently is at 42,525. I was saying previously that this B zone is a really, really good zone. I don't think it will go too much below B. We could get a long tail rejection into E, and if we do, our Borsog levels are just waiting and ready. Borsog, you say? What is Borsog? Borsog is a professional technique. Buy on red, sell on green. We have a Borsog NFT that is on OpenSea. The link to that is in the description of this video. We've had quite a few sales on that Borsog, and it's a very, very cool particular NFT. One of the highest quality NFTs that you'll find. And I'm also talking. I actually created this by hand myself. Congratulations to the community members that actually purchased Borsog, and what you see is the price is already going up. That Borsog NFT can be a little expensive, so we have a different Borsog NFT, which is just an animated version but with no voice. And that's very affordable. On the back is BKTO, be kind to others. Also, all of these NFTs are also going up in value. There are actually 3 different types of NFTs. There's the community one, the CTKS one, the buy on red, sell on green, and the new one, the 10-5-10 fund. All of these NFTs will go up in value, as you can see from the activity that is occurring. When we look at price, we always must understand how probabilities play out. We can see that there's been a level of resistance here, and price is just coming into that resistance now. What happens when price hits resistance? It acts like a fence, and it pushes price away. What can we expect here? If we have a lot of shorts entering the market at the moment, they will be expecting that this resistance will hold and price will go down. So looking at long and short positions, the long positions and the short positions, we've had an uptick in long positions at the moment and an uptick in short positions as well. There's a potential for the shorts to get liquidated. If they do, we could come up to example 43,724 or even higher back into C. This could be a really interesting thing. When a lot of people gain certainty on the market does the exact opposite of what people think. And that's why professionals use Rule 114, markets penalize certainty. As crypto technical analysts, we're professionals who scientifically analyze investor attention by the reality of price movement. When we see the amount of fear getting really steep in the market, you can see this as optimism and fear. The optimism is coming out of the market. This is exactly when professionals start to enter. This is what we love. And the truth is that we're trading all these waves anyway, because we know price moves in waves. Aggregated open interest, we can see that we're getting an increase in open interest. There's a rejection down here. That's also a really, really positive sign. Of course, as professionals, we must make in advance probabilistic choices, have a strategy and know what you will do if price goes up, goes down, or goes sideways. In zone 1, there's only one direction for price to go. If it doesn't go in that direction, people get really, really upset. In zones 3 and 4, we don't care what direction price goes because we have strategies to profit from any particular movement in crypto. Personally, I'm leaning more heavily into my positions at the moment. This is because a lot of the indices, a lot of the things that we actually look at are nearing technical bounce levels. Does it mean that it will bounce? On probability, yes. On certainty, no. There is no certainty inside financial markets. When people want certainty, they're trapped in zone 1 and zone 2. Those zones are the loss of money zones. That's like getting a red light at the traffic light. Zones 3 and zones 4 are the make and keep money zones. That's like getting a green light at the traffic light. When we actually look at the NASDAQ 100, and we know Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity, we can see the NASDAQ 100 retracing. Look at this directional correlation. Of course, these long areas here are the weekends, and we're in the weekend right now, and the NASDAQ futures are not trading. Oh, the stock market's so boring. Naughty stock market. Just to quickly show you, the Nasdaq 100 is entering an area that could be very, very strong support. We could get an uptick in fear, absolutely, and that could spike prices down into this box, and fear could come into this area as well, and that's perfectly fine. We want to Borsog our way into a profitable position. I'll do a deeper dive on the market in another video, but what we can see is the Nasdaq could indeed come down, and if it does, that's fantastic. You make your profits when you buy. You don't make them when you sell, you make them when you buy. If you buy incorrectly, for example, if you buy at the top, you have to wait a really, really long time, and that's why the 10-5-10 rule is also very, very critical. Edwin, a CTKS ambassador, had a very, very good quote that I wanted to share with everyone. Shortcuts to success, and the success will shortcut you. The concept is, if you want a shortcut, if you want to go from the start to the end in one hop, you'll get punished. Life doesn't work that way. We all have to earn it on each step that we take. Thank you, Edwin. The shortcut is not doing the analysis, not collecting the data points, not having the right professional mindset. I believe that the majority of profitability is actually determined by the real wealth focus. And I did a really, really interesting video on real wealth yesterday. It's this particular one, episode 486, What's Really Holding You Back? This very, very important information in this, and it's all about mindset. If people don't get their mindsets correct, they will lose money, absolutely guaranteed. Now, why do I say that? Because I've been in the financial markets for more than 3 decades. It's the deciding factor on profitability. When I look at the data, I believe things are in the process of turning around. It doesn't mean we're not going to come into E. If the price goes down into E, that is absolutely, utterly fantastic. That will just be the institutions and smart money hunting stops. And then everybody will get certain that it's going to collapse. And then they'll liquidate all the shorts in the opposite direction, and things will come back up. This is the probability, but it's not a certainty. Remember, the markets don't permit certainty. One critical rule is to understand that no alt escapes Bitcoin's gravity. We can see Bitcoin coming down to a level of support. We could get a technical bounce here, which would be fantastic, but it could go down a little bit lower, so just understand that. And make sure that certainty is not what's on your cards. You need probability. When we look at Ethereum, we can see Bitcoin's price action, that blue line. Ethereum is traveling along it. And you can see that happens all the time. Realistically, no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity. If it does, it will get whipsawed back to Bitcoin's gravity. That's the concept of gravity. We can see Binance Coin doing the same thing as what Bitcoin is doing. We can also see XRP doing the same thing. A lot of people say to me, Ken, what happened to my beloved alt? I say, I point to Bitcoin. That guy did it. Okay, ADA is coming down. It's just obeying Bitcoin's gravity. Solana is coming down. A lot of investors think that these downward price momentums have got something to do with the fundamental basis. They do not. It's price moving in a wave. That is one of the most critical rules. Rule 4, price moves in waves. If you don't understand this rule, you'll consistently lose money. It's important, absolutely vital, to remind yourself of this fact every time you enter a buy or a sell. And we can see Luna obeying Bitcoin's gravity, as is AVAX. They're all coming back into alignment. You'll notice with the NFTs, I've got Borsog, the eagle, flying around in all those NFTs. Borsog is so cool. That's just to remind you to buy on red and to sell on green. Let's have a look at Matic. Matic is obeying Bitcoin's gravity. Cosmos, Atom, is doing the same. We've got a bit of a diversion with NIA. And a lot of people did really, really well on NIA just recently. I did too. That was a good trade. When we look at Rose is basically obeying Bitcoin's gravity. A lot of sell-off here. This is fantastic. You want to be part of sell-offs that occur like that, but of course you need the professional knowledge. One thing that I was talking about recently with Doge was this spike up. These sharp angles, these news spikes, be very, very careful of them. A lot of people get involved with the news and they become addicted to the news. They want to say, what's happening to my alt? What's the news on my alt? The alt may change in direction. Yes, it generally does this and captures people at the top, and then smart money sells those news spikes down. News spikes like this are very dangerous, and crypto technical analysts do not participate in purchasing these spikes. We participate in selling them. When we look at Phantom, we can see it's just following Bitcoin's gravity. LRC is following Bitcoin's gravity. Waves is following Bitcoin's gravity. Understanding Rule 45, that no alt can escape Bitcoin's gravity, is incredibly important. When you understand it, you will see, first of all, what is happening to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin will move your alts. I developed Rule 45, and I was the first to speak about Bitcoin's gravity because it's a really, really important thing to understand. When you understand the gravity of Bitcoin, everything changes in the crypto market. And I'm going to bringing out 2 NFTs, one very affordable and one legendary. I talk about Rule 570 a lot. Psychology sets profitability. The first level of psychology is to understand life is always waiting for you to be ready for abundance. This is an incredibly important thing to actually understand. Life wants you to succeed. Life is not hostile. Sometimes we have bad runs in life, but life is inherently for you. And when people understand that and look at the world through the lens of real wealth and a positive excellence life trend, their whole world can change. If you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our community's love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. The sun will come out again, and there's always hope. I hope you found the content useful. Please consider sharing and liking this video and also subscribing to the channel. We'd love to have you here as a community member. We have an incredible community. Please reach out and say hi in the comments section on YouTube. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and to the CTKS ambassadors for mentoring masterclass students. And of course, a very big thank you to you for watching and for being part of our global KS family. If you would like daily updates on price movements in the crypto market, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, please subscribe to YouTube. I've left helpful links in the description of this video, such as the tax software I use and links to the CryptoTradingKS Masterclass. Please use the links in the description to contact an ambassador to get 80% off on the masterclass, and you can always reach me directly by Twitter. I've left that link in the description as well. Please remember, crypto is volatile. Always prepare yourself for the best and worst case scenario. Reality will likely be between them. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.